How far? Onoma, you dey hear me? Shewon, and darkness. Yes, Sanko now. Sanko, seashell. I know they hear now. I know they hear anybody. I know they hear. I know they hear. But I know they hear anybody. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Yeah, no man.
That's my face, so I got my face. Amen. Wait, I don't know. Say, wait, when I tell me say nobody did there now. Yeah, yeah. Una talk say now no only una they watch. Man, before the serial go tell them say I saw Sanko's naked. Wait. I know they hear una. Me una talk. We know they hear. Maybe because wait, are you using your phone? Wait. Wait, men are talk for here. Let's drop the WhatsApp. But I know they hear anybody. Can anybody hear me? I've increased my volume. This thing not they work. I know they hear. Una they hear everyone. Wait, Onome, can you hear us? Man, I know, but I know if you hear you now, Onome. I know if you hear you. I mean, my net. It can't be my network. My network na 5G. Onome, you dey talk something. Shabalala.
Yes, the two streams are still running simultaneously. I did hear Senko, but I don't know whether anybody did hear me. I did see Shehu.
Una see my una see my nakedness.
Charles, I didn't hear you from the live stream because I don't connect my headphones to my laptop. The laptop I use for streaming. So you see for YouTube, two live are being. Yes, the one you start before when anybody no video, and that one. Okay, I don't see him. I continue to him. Okay, you need that one. Then listen to me, complete. You see, one man, I don't really know now. So you hear me now? I don't know. I said, one man's signature, like more than complicated to sign pass. You understand? So I said, could they make a good signature? Who you be now? You be with it. Senko. So now only one live day now.
Share the live way day now so that I fit join.
I will share for the group. Share the live. Anybody can hear me Senko.
I know the hear your name.
I think because we didn't want to make a common watch.
Mike come out.
Can't they hear me now?
But me, I know the hear.
Wait, make a common call. Now they hear you live stream.
Hello? I know they hear anything. You can hear my hey. Wait, I can't hear anybody. When I feel hear me, I know they hear anything. No. Yes, but the problem is I can't hear the other people. I can't hear you. Shey may I restart? Wait. Let me restart my device. Let me restart my device. We know this. We know. I know they see say Charles did the stream yard. Wait, may we restart our device? May we restart? May I want to restart my device first? May I restart the device? See where I be. May I restart to join?
Okay, I've added myself to stage now. Can anybody see me? Check now.
Yes, I can see.
Okay, I added myself to stage. Let me see if I can add.
I'll join again. You still dey see?
I still dey see you.
Still me, I don't decrease. But I don't restart my laptop now.
No need to restart. Just try and join again, Senko. Okay, wait, I go remove you. Senko, join again.
Okay, I dey come.
Shemun, you still dey there?
Yes, I dey hear you.
Charles, I know they see you.
Senko. Yes.
Shemun, can you see me?
My laptop don't load now. I know they see myself. Yes, I can see you.
Okay.
I can see you well.
Charles, try join again. I know they see you at all.
Okay. Charles, Senko, maybe use the app. Use the app to join.
I know they use Apple.
Charles, use the app to join. I don't send them to now. Use the app to join. Okay. If my laptop no work for them, if my laptop no work, I go just use the app. That way it's better for everybody to join. Everybody use app to join. Okay, I think download that for iPhone. Of course. I don't send them to you. Wait, may I first try this laptop one first? If it no work, I go just stay to share my screen. Hey. I go just use on to share my screen.
Okay, Senko, I've seen you. Senko has entered the studio.
See, na technology. I just restart my laptop, so I feel yeah. So I just it don't work. It dey work.
I dey hear you loud and clear, Senko. Now let you remain, Charles.
No be you no be Olodo generation. Now your device restart your laptop if you dey use your laptop. Oh, you don't download the app.
I don't download the app, but the app they ask me for
Login.
it ask me just to
But I know they see Shehu for this call.
Shehu don't enter again. I don't add Shehu. Shehu is in now. Shehu just enter.
You fit change background.
If you use the app, yes.
Okay, yes. So we not use laptop now, change background. One person did my back now. No, they go come go say, we see her for live stream.
Anyways, there are 6 people watching the live stream now.
Yeah?
On YouTube, Abi.
Yes.
So
And
okay,
what
can you do me a favor, Shehu? Can you share the YouTube link to WhatsApp? Because now I don't even know which of the YouTube links that you watch from.
Okay, well, just hold on. Let me show you the YouTube link. Give me a second. Senko, turn off camera.
Senko go complain say face the show. Senko go put on camera. Which way you did, Senko? Which way
I
you
just
did?
the test them. I dey test the thing. I dey test the thing.
Wow. So that means okay, Shehu, I've seen the link you shared now. This is not a YouTube link now.
No. Hold on. I've never even reached that stage. Just hold on. So sending it to you. I know I'll go to mistake send down to the community. So I just check out very well. It's done.
Okay, I've seen the link.
I think it's better for Charles and Senko to join via the iOS app. That way they can manage the thing. The thing can go can work in the background.
Okay. So exact news will come. I see 6 people watching. Can I see the 6 viewers? No.
Wait, so that means what we're afraid of is not even real because now 3 of us are on the call and you're on the free plan now.
Charles has joined now, so everybody don't complete now.
Yes.
Okay, so you can share the link to.
Yes.
That you link. You can share the link to the group.
Senko
I don't
community.
even have to the community.
Which one?
Now the YouTube link, Abi? Now the YouTube link, so people go follow the YouTube.
Be like say Shehu dey record the Baby Shark episode.
I will tell you, I dey check on my phone. Could dey check my phone? Wetin dey happen?
Okay, I'm back now.
I didn't see that. I'm not gonna let us rest. Senko, show yourself. I don't know.
I don't just understand.
If Bandit they look for people now, you just say now they go leave Dangote, go they look for Senko.
Okay, 5 people.
Okay.
Senko, anytime make we begin, that share them for Senko community. Make we begin. We need to console people. People are bleeding.
Exactly.
Portfolio is going down, and
who get many children for Bragans? Shehu, now you be that.
I say Shehu they record Baby Shark for the next episode. Nigeria version.
Okay. Which other link again now? Shehu don't send all the links where they're supposed to share again. No. I'm not in charge of links right now.
Senko, download the iOS app, please. I beg.
I don't download them.
So this whole thing, for them to anyway to share that link there, they got to get
now YouTube now. They get, I mean, we get. No, now they're supposed to be join for YouTube now, but they're not gonna answer. They only for YouTube. They could just see us the yarn, but they're not going to ask questions.
So now the YouTube, now the YouTube link we go share.
Now the YouTube link we go share. Then anybody will want to ask question. Now stream at the gas use.
Okay, make I
don't come out the voice now. I don't even have to be here now.
Correct. That's very correct. I know now as you do that noise cancellation, you get to teach us.
Exactly. I think I
So
know.
I got come up for the system, Abi, from my laptop phone. Or Abi, I can stay on the laptop.
You can stay on the
Senko, stay
laptop
where you
now.
did now. Well, I did hear you loud and clear, Senko. Stay on where you did. You don't need to come
So
out.
on make I share the YouTube link, right, Abby?
I share the YouTube link.
Okay.
I'm moving.
Make I share them to Senko community. We are live. I'll just say we are live.
Hold on, no. Never share them yet, oh.
Make I never share them.
Yes, now.
Topic
Where's
now.
thank you on
Okay.
the call yet? Oh, it's already here. Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry, I
Sure.
didn't know it was
Can
there.
I go ahead?
Yes, go
Yeah, you
ahead.
can go ahead.
Okay.
Topic now, consolation of the market. Maybe
I
not
you go
clear.
right consolation as topic Senko. You want to
No.
press people. We just stay there in
Make I
a
say
random chat.
Senko community 2. Making money 3. And then investment make
I want to
simple.
join from my iPad. I'll join in 1 minute now. I'm leaving.
Okay.
Okay.
We are live and discussing current
When Nazar said, Nazar, this kind of thing,
market
Nazar could just do
situation.
YouTube. So if questions they YouTube with it. Because right now I know they watch YouTube. Me, I'm not just confuse myself.
Make I tell and say, okay, make I even send them the we feel even add them for the yard stream.
Exactly. Maybe they see our face
Okay.
now. Maybe they go say
Let me
nobody
see.
strong faces where they
Abby. Make I go Naza. Let me see. Naza. Okay. We are live on YouTube. I will send you a link to join the team. Okay, so I will send them. I will not send him. I will not send him the stream link when she will send. I will use and tell him so make you use that one. I think. Okay, how's that? Okay. Use this to join us. And when you download, add this link below. Let me see. So the link below, you go ahead and this copy. All right. Rain the fall for
All right.
person. Rain the fall
Ashim.
for rain the fall for person computer.
Ashim.
Hold on.
Now your fan be that. Now the laptop fan. That fan huge. Oh.
It will go off now.
Okay, it's off.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I see 15 people they watch us. So where the 15 people they come from?
Then they watch you now.
YouTube.
Make we there.
Person don't go drop am for Telegram. Oh.
Make
But
we
I don't know.
there. Make we there. The mumu as see this.
I
See
know
this
people.
man. They
I know
just they
people.
fool themselves. Why they go they laugh us? See when you see that you go teach them better people they do. You know say now sopa 1 kill all of them. They soak Gary and by every day for their life.
I go drop my bottle of granola there. They do any like.
Abi, if
I
you
bought today. I get 2
not
bottles
be
of
smart,
granola.
if you want granola, we can share. Let's count the money. So
Okay,
greetings to everyone here present.
I bought today.
This is just correct.
I'll
It's
put some
just
for top the table.
a test run, and we just want to discuss the market situation. So, if anybody, if you can hear us, raise up your hand or throw an emoji to let us know you can hear us, and then once we get to a critical number, we can get the space rolling. Let's spend our Saturday discussing what has been happening in the market rather than wasting it on other things. So thanks. We have Onoma here, we have Sheun, we have Senko, and we are hoping that Nazar will join shortly. So while we wait for other people to join the stream, we just keep troubleshooting to make sure that you get the best quality from this stream. Thank you.
All right. So as Charles has said, this is a test run. This is the first time we're using StreamYard. So on a mischievous note, maybe this is the first and last time we'll be this playful. So maybe the next stream, everybody's going to be serious face. I can't see the YouTube. So if you are in the community, any of the communities, Telegram, WhatsApp. Okay, Nazar is here. Great. I saw Nazar. I saw add Nazar to the stage. What happened? It has disappeared.
Add her now.
Nazar, I can't see her again. No. Nazar, please try and join again. Just as I was about to add you, the notification just disappeared. So I don't know what happened.
Somebody bought the bid.
So Nazar, please try to join again. I believe this is recording. If it's not recording, well, maybe the live stream will record. So anyone has questions for all of us, you can drop the questions. We would take them. We don't have video on Regency Alliance. Other than that, I don't see anything much to talk about in the market. At the moment, market is on a low. So we're waiting for Nazar. Nazar is one of the partners on the team. So I'm seeing, okay, I can see WhatsApp. So if anyone has questions, if you're on WhatsApp, you can share the WhatsApp questions. If you're on Telegram, I would try to pop in. I don't see any questions on Telegram.
21 people are watching us as at the moment.
So if anyone has questions, feel free, drop your questions. If you don't have any questions, I continue to take my gram. Okay, Nazar, add to stage. Okay, added Nazar. So yes, Nazar, what's happening now? I can see Nazar.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, I know what's
good evening. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Thank you. This loud is kind of impromptu. But, yeah.
It's Nigeria. Nigeria is impromptu. So we have to move how the country.
Hi, Mr. Shehu. Good evening.
How you doing, Nazar?
I'm fine. Hello, Oga Charles. Hello, Snake.
Hi. Some people are already saying I should turn on my camera, but the only thing I can just turn on is my chat, my screen. You know, that's the only thing I can turn on.
I think I should get a bell like Terry Jimmy. Should I do that? Maybe. So, I don't see any questions. So I guess if there are no questions, everybody is happy with the market. Or I guess people are chopping live. I guess we're all good. So Nazar, you did a summary video about last week's trading session. So maybe just recap what caught your eyes last week, other than Aradel. I think Aradel has been a lot of people are unhappy with the dip in Aradel, even though I don't think it's a really big dip. It's just just a bit over 10%.
Yeah, you said other than Aradel, but Aradel is the culprit here. Aradel is the culprit. It really drives the ASI. I'm getting some feedback.
Yeah, I don't know why. Okay.
That will stop now. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, yeah, yeah. I've not looked at my portfolio in a while. I tried to take a peep yesterday, and I quickly I quickly closed down the browser because it is very interesting what is going on, and I'm just hoping that nobody has their emergency funds right now in the market. I remember some months ago, my younger brother had some funds. He saw what was happening in the market and gave me some funds to quite a huge amount to put in the market for him. I told him this is money you are looking to use in 3 months, 6 months that you want to put in the market. And he told me he doesn't mind this and that. I managed to convince him to divide it into two. And thankfully, that has been his saving grace. Otherwise, maybe I would have packed up and gone back to Onitsha to stay with my parents for a while. So yeah, the correction is quite interesting. Just like Kingsley said in the WhatsApp group, and what most people are saying, this Dangote IPO is really extracting a lot of liquidity out. I mean, everyone is trying, and I find it surprising that it's even happening earlier. I was anticipating around July, August. That is when people will begin to pull out funds. So the profit taking, the sell off is quite interesting, and there is no there. I don't think we have any catalyst, and then we're having a catalyst anytime soon. And also, we're seeing the effects of this extended trading session. That one is not even helping at all. I mean, I think someone said it in the WhatsApp group one time that we would eventually regret this extension during during times like this, and for real, the extension is crazy. But I mean, we don't have any other thing to do other than to be optimistic. It's just a healthy correction. We don't expect the markets to run from 0 to 100 1 year. We'll give the government all the glory and honor. So this is a very good correction for those that have been looking for entry to get in. So, what am I looking forward to next week? Next week, I think I don't know. I think personally, I think we might still see some more corrections. It will continue. Ah, my Oga, is this you? I
Okay,
agree
man.
to.
Even even with the bearish momentum, you are bearish with showing your face too. This life is not balanced at all.
It's
Okay.
all part of
Right?
the renewed hope agenda.
I'm tired.
Okay, look at me now.
Correct. Correct. Yes,
You know,
go
this is
ahead.
impromptu. I was just on the bed and I saw your message.
All of us it's still at 11:08 in the morning here. So like
Oh.
we're just trying to, a lot of people have been complaining about what's going on in the market, and we just felt we needed to calm some nerves down, because people are just
Mhm.
panicking and they're just wondering what is happening. Like it's not like Ebola has hit Nigeria or COVID has happened all over again, Um, like you were rightly saying, liquidity has been sucked out of the market because of Dangote. That's why I keep saying Dangote divides opinion. Some people love him to death, and some people just detest the guy, And, I was watching his interview with that gentleman who goes around interviewing every billionaire in the world. And as easy as it was for the person to assess Dangote, I wish it was that easy for us to assess him too. Uh, what he said was he wanted to industrialize Africa, right? Which is a good thing, okay? But if I were Dangote right now, I would want to leave a last longing legacy in the minds of Nigeria. I want everybody, like when you mention the word Dangote, eh? Nigeria associates with it, right? If you are doing an IPO at 35 cents, I'm sorry, a private placement, which is like maybe 2 or 3 months away from the IPO, and is priced at 35 cents, how do you endear yourself to the common man? How do you endear your agreed? You may be employing close to like 30,000, 40,000 Nigerians. 40,000 Nigeria out of 200 and something million is like a drop of water in the sea, right? So I think he's got into that. I don't think he will ever need money. I don't think his 10th generation will ever need money in their life, right? So the question is, how do I affect the life of every Nigerian? That should be what should be paramount in his thinking right now, because we have millionaires in other places. Uh, like the richest man in India, Ambani, they love him to death. The only problem they have with Ambani is they think Ambani is a show off. It's always showing off his esoteric lifestyle. Everything about him is like he's trying to show off. Like, this is what I have. These are my stuff. Dangote does not do that, right? And I give it to him. Unlike some humble billionaires that have private jets but didn't have a car when they started. So I don't know how you can be humble and you are telling the world you have 4 private jets and stuff like that, and yet you can't pay your shareholders dividend. And people love him. So that's just the kind of world we are in. We have different kinds of billionaire. I mean, like you come and you introduce yourself as the founder of one of the biggest bank in Africa. It's like it's like Mike Zuckerberg of Facebook will come and tell you I'm the founder of Facebook. Like he doesn't need any introduction. Like these guys, they really need to work on their PRO game. Mike Zuckerberg will wear his t-shirt and jeans and life goes on. He doesn't bother people about, oh, I'm this. Or Jeff Bezos will be telling people, I'm Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon. Or I'm Bill Gates, the founder of... You don't need that. You don't need those things. Okay? You say you want to democratize wealth and you cannot pay dividend. It doesn't make any sense. So sometimes these guys, they just talk for the fun of talking. If they need proper people to prep them on how they should be speaking to the public, we have more than enough people. The problem with Nigeria, and I'm happy that this conversation is going on right now, this Olodo conversation, is when these people get into that uh, place where there's so much wealth, their followers just tell them what they want to hear. Nobody is bold enough to like criticize them, to tell them like, this thing you are doing, okay, maybe if you use a different approach it will be better. No, they don't criticize them. Everything they do is okay. Organa, the best thing be that. Yeah, the world, everybody go here, we go loud down. This is the best thing that can happen and all that stuff. So that's the kind of situation we are in. And then when you bend the market for one person, when pension funds are being made to invest into private placement of a private company that has no result, that has been in existence for less than 2 years, this is what you get. So, like you were rightly saying, I think a lot of people are thinking, oh, thank God Friday came yesterday. Maybe next week there'll be respite. There's the respite coming from. After this whole, after Soki, what really happened? If you look at the stocks that were most hit by this whole um, uh, blood we are seeing in the market are the liquid stock, the GTB, the Zenith, the NACO.
Banking. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and why is that? If people want to get money quickly, those are the stocks that they would put on the market, and people, they will see ready buyers, right? Nobody is going to be looking for an Austin Lars to buy. Nobody is going to be looking for a Red Star. Nobody is going to be looking for a deep capital because the liquidity will not come. You won't get that kind of liquidity. And then with the private placement, I think last week were the last days for people to pony out their money because after they fill the form, they give them allocation, give them accounts, USD accounts to pay this money into, and they had deadlines to pay. So a lot of people were selling off their stock, their good stock, because that's the only place you can get liquidity. You cannot go and be selling, like I said, you cannot go and be selling Resta Express and you expect to get liquidity. Or you cannot go and say you want to buy which other stock, this better glass. You won't get that kind of liquidity. So like prices like that will seem like they are holding. Why GTB, Zenith, Access Bank, because they are very liquid. You can just put it in the market and put it, just sell. I need money to get my Dangote allocation. So apart from sucking liquidity out of the market, it also put pressure on our forex. So if you notice this week, the naira depreciated because people were buying dollars to pay. The private placement was in dollars. So this is the same person that Emefiele, no matter what people will say about him, he kept all the forex for Dangote to build this refinery. So you want to industrialize Africa, you want to do things for Africa, but at the price of the same people you are trying to bring out of poverty. So like there are certain things that need to change about the way people look at finance, the way people look at the economy, the way people look at how they are creating wealth for other people. You know, if I were at Dangote stage right now, I'm telling you, by the time you mention my name to 10 people, 9 people will love me. And that one person who does not like me is not because they don't like me. Sometimes people just don't like you if you are successful. That will be the case. Not because you are doing anything to undo them, not because you are doing anything to make life difficult for them, but because like you see what we do, like what we do in this group, despite everything we do in this group, there's just some people, they just don't like us. They don't like us. Just have that at the back of your mind and no peace.
There are some
And
people that have refused to. There are some people that have refused. And let me call it that. There are some people that have refused to follow Greenticker. They watch the content, but they have vowed that they would never follow.
never,
So if you are
no,
here, and some of them are this call, so
yes,
I'm watching you with side eye.
yes. That's just how life is. And that's why, like, there's a way I deal with people like that. First and foremost, I'm never going to be drawn into back and forth with you. Because the first is like argue with the Olodo uprisers. You understand? So if you think you are smart and you're arguing with an Olodo upriser, that makes you an Olodo yourself. You understand? And this is not being classist now, but it's just, why do you want to fight with a pig? Why do you want to get yourself dirty? The first thing you say from your mouth defines you sometimes. You understand? So that's the situation we are in. Uh, and I want to tell people we don't want followers. We want believers. Okay, that's what we are going to be using to distinguish ourselves from all these content creators. Okay, there's a difference between a follower and a believer. People who you see come to our platform, subscribe to us, follow us. They follow us because they believe in us. That's a very big difference. These guys believe in us, and that's why people who just go make a fool of themselves, they may have like 1 million followers. We may have like 10,000 believers. Those 10,000 believers, they will stick with you no matter what happens. They don't come to you for fun. No, they come to you for serious matters, and that's the joy. This week alone, even till this morning, if you know the number of requests we get every day, I've still not gotten my tip. I've still not gotten this. We are going behind, talking to these people, talking to the registrar, talking, and you know the irony. They know us now. These guys, they know. They say, I beg, please don't go and we are doing our best, but don't go and drag us. I said, we don't drag people, we just tell people the truth. If that is dragging to you, we don't, we just want everybody to sit up and all that. At the end of the day, like I always tell people, no matter what happens, it's always an opportunity for people to learn. Nigeria is a growing country. Okay? We are looking at Lagos now. I keep asking this question. How many of our grandchildren will be able to buy land in Banana Island? How many? So we are starting now. It might look like, this one that Seplat is already like 10K. Can I ever buy Seplat? In our great grandchildren, when they see Seplat will be like 100K per share to them. So no matter how things are now, sometimes when you have that early mover advantage, it really helps, right? It really helps you. So we'll continue to try and let people know that just start, just don't give up. The market, I don't see anything. I don't think there's anything wrong with the market because I mean between January and May, we are done over 60%, and maybe the market has put back like 10%. So you are still like 50% half year, right? We are looking at the results. If you ask me, our banks are stronger. We have a very good regulator at the apex of the CBN. The guy is doing his job properly. Look at our companies. Their results are coming out better than they used to be. So where is the panic? The panic is some kind of rotation that is going on. People are thinking, oh, this is a better opportunity than this. I cannot miss. Dangote is a brand. Dangote, the name Dangote, once people hear the name Dangote, they'll say, take my money first. I can ask questions later. That's exactly what we are experiencing right now in the market. And let's see. I hope people will learn from this because the market does not respect name. The market, like you ask yourself, what are you going into? We saw a situation last week where one of the directors of Dangote Cement sold their shares, lot of shares, to do what? To enter into Dangote Sugar, right? So you are creating opportunities. Look at NACO. NACO has come down to a very, very discounted level. Look at MTN. MTN has come down to a very, very discounted level. Look at Zenith. Look at GTB. And why are all these stocks coming down to these levels? Because those are stocks people can liquidate easily. They are liquidating those stocks easily so that they can position for Dangote refinery. But they forget that refinery is a very thin margin profit expenditure or venture rather. So they will learn. This is no time to panic. This is no time to look at portfolio. I've told people, I don't know when last I looked at my portfolio, but you know one thing, when things like this happen, that's where you have to respect traders, okay? Because you go and look at, maybe your portfolio was probably like 100 million before, and in your inaction, in your not taking action to turn some of those paper profit into real profit, you may have lost like maybe 30% of that portfolio. That 30% would have come in very, very handy. And maybe now you would have just been deploying them. You had to buy those shares that you gained before or looking at new opportunities. But it's a good thing. All smart investors, what they do is they let people they let the market divert people's attention away from the real thing. Let everybody go chasing Dangote refinery, right? Because that's the real cause of all this that we are seeing right now. That's the real cause. Every other thing is secondary. There was bound to be correction, okay? But the correction was not supposed to be this deep. So people now ask, what's going to be the catalyst for the next couple of
The
months?
next run.
Yes, the next couple of months. Okay. If not for this cascade of events that have happened that have caused a distortion in the market right now, we would have been looking at the insurance companies having their own run. But that all that money has been sucked away, right? We saw Regency Alliance. Regency Alliance, again, a failure of the system, came out with a notice that their right issues will start on the 22nd of June, but not, that never happened. Okay, I kept following up, kept talking to the registrar, kept talking to the chief, the lead house for the issue, and then they kept telling me, "Oh, SEC has not approved." So I asked, "How come that SEC did not approve?" And then you put out a notice that your stuff will start on the 22nd. And this, because of this right issue, you went did an AGM. Right issues are supposed to last a minimum of 28 days. You said you wanted yours to last 10 days. So 3 days into your supposed right issue, we don't have any link. We don't have any information. We don't know what is going on. We have not seen results for year end 2025. So anybody who is actually buying that right issue now, on what basis is the person buying the right issue? And then eventually they said when the right issue starts, they will let us know, which they did, and they now adjusted the date. So the right issue started on the 25th, and it's going they shifted it to by like another 3 days. So it's going to end on July 7th. It was supposed to end July the 3rd, right? But there's a problem. As it is right now, uh, I ask, why would anybody want to buy Regency Alliance right issue when it's cheaper on the floor? What, like, does that even make any kind of sense? And that's why with these companies, right, always strike when the iron is hot. Okay, you were so confident when people were doing rights for 28 days. You said you wanted to do it for 10 days. You were so confident that the right will succeed. But right now, we are seeing bids of 78 kobo, while your right is 95 kobo. Who's going to buy the right? Agreed that you may already have uh, somebody who wants to take up the right. Let the person take up the right. We'll leave the right for him. In fact, the money I was planning to use to buy uh, the right issue for Regency, I'm going to buy on the floor because our technical guru wizard, Senko, has already told us that it's going to gap down. It's going to gap down. So if that company is smart, they should be defending that price now. If not, look at Sovereign Insurance. Right was 2 naira. It's trading below 2 naira right now. What's his name? Universal Insurance. They had to postpone their right issue because it was undersubscribed. So taking sucking liquidity out of the market has killed a lot of things. So we were expecting the insurance run. We don't know what is going to happen now. We are still waiting for clarity. We are still waiting for those insurance companies that will not be able to meet the new market capitalization. Good thing is Regency has already paid, made the initial deposit. Sovereign Insurance have already made the initial deposit. We know that companies like Custodian, AXA Mansard, ICO, Cornerstone, Consolidated Hallmark, which one? All those ones, they are very name. They don't have any issues at all. Okay, but in all this, there will be measures. There will be measures. There will be acquisitions, and there will be new insurance players who are not in the market that will want to come into the market. So watch that space. Something else that happened in the market this week was Nimet. Sorry, before let me not get carried away. So the insurance, they've sucked out liquidity in the insurance sector right now. So the run we are expecting on that in that space is hanging, pending, like when we see certain measures, certain acquisitions, and all that. And then after that happens, half-year results will come out, right? And then when the half-year results come out, people will see that fundamentally, these companies are still as solid as anything. Nothing has changed. They are doing very well. They are going to go. They are going to go. Uh, they are going to go on to do big things. Uh, Aradel Seplat will see a very big bounce because of the whole Middle East crisis, United States and Iran. We didn't see much of it because that was first quarter, but this second quarter is where the reaction took place. So, and then again, you are going to see a lot of revenue from their gas project. So you will see so much upside, especially from the Ano gas project for Seplat and also for Aradel. Uh, Aradel is being beaten now again. It's one of those stocks that is very liquid where you can actually sell and get your money out quickly to position for anything you want to do. So that's why you are seeing all this pullback in these very liquid, well-run stocks. Then those results will come. What will happen is we'll have maybe a couple of blowout results. And like I said, I'm very happy. I was in a very happy mood yesterday because I noticed the spirit of everybody was really, really down. People were complaining, whining, and all that. And I gave them a pick. I told them, go and buy WAPCO, HBN, the former WAPCO, now rebranded to HBM. Go and buy that stock and be rest assured. For all those who are thinking, oh, the Chinese are going to delist and all that, I just laugh. Okay, because sometimes people have a way of recycling stories. I just don't know why they do it. The 93 naira buyout was ancient days, long, long time ago. And all of a sudden, the story comes up, trying to make people panic to sell their shares. And even if the Chinese, I mean, like, WAPCO is of very, very significant importance to Nigeria. It's not something that the Nigerian government will take that easily. So if they try that again, you see the likes of Oshomole go to the National Assembly and they start their campaign of whatever. It's not going to happen. We cannot allow that. It's not going to. And even if it's going to happen, right? If you are positioned in WAPCO, if it's going to happen, if those guys are not paying you 1,000 naira per share, it will not happen. So what I'm indirectly telling you is, if you have money, one sure banker bet, go and buy your WAPCO or HBM as the new name is, and just be rest assured. Me, I don't bother. This one portfolio has gone. Oh, everywhere is bleeding. I'm just laughing. The portfolio can bleed another 100% for all I care. I don't, because when we try and tell point people to the direction of what they should be buying, they don't see it, right? It becomes a game of scores. Oh, Tantalizer is losing, Deep Capital is losing, this one is losing, insurance companies are losing. I'm not even going to say anything to you. Why should I say anything to you? I've always maintained my portfolio in a way that works for me. So if you like, start whining. And even when Tantalizer starts selling at 100 naira, I will not tell you, oh, I told you to. No, I'm not like that. That's not me. I don't have that time. It's not a competition. We are not here to prove anything. We are here to better the lives of everybody. We are here to make life easy for everybody. We are here to guide people in where they should go. And we refuse to be bought. We refuse to bow down to certain things. We get a lot of people coming to trying to influence what we do. It defeats our purpose. So let's go forward. So a couple of companies will release blowout results: WAPCO, MTN, if Aradel, Seplat, UAC. If you don't have CAP, if you don't have those companies in your portfolio, maybe it's time you start looking at them. Okay, consider what is happening now. What is happening now is just an opportunity. But again, I always tell people, if you're a long-term investor, why do you care about what is happening? What has changed? How has Arade lost maybe 500 naira because of the result they released? How has it what has changed materially in the company that will make the company lose that kind of money? What has changed in GTB that will make GTB lose that kind of money? What has changed in Zenith? You understand? What has changed in WAPCO? So you ask yourself these questions. Why do you have to look at your portfolio every day? Why? If you're not a trader, you have no business looking at your portfolio every day. And I asked a very simple question when we started this conversation. How many of our kids, grandkids, will be able to buy land in Banana Island? You are buying these things now. Just imagine what the prices of some of these companies will be in 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. I look at Lagos sometimes and I ask myself, what kind of development, what more development can take place in a place like Lagos? Okay? So anytime it rains in Lagos, there's a problem. You think it's going to remain like that? No. One day a company will come and will provide solutions for stuff like that. And those are the things you should be looking to invest in. The results will come. We'll have a couple of blowout results. And after that, what's next? The stock people will now start taking position because that's when they know, okay, these results will be seen in the last 2-3 quarters. There are no fluke. This company is serious. This company is really turning around their investment and stuff like that. And then the next thing, Dangote's IPO. What does that do? It will come and it will suck away liquidity the second time from the market. That will coincide with third quarter result and then elections. If our elections goes peacefully, no problem. Our elections going to go peacefully? I don't think so. I don't think so. Based on what we are seeing right now, anybody who is thinking Tinubu will relinquish power, that guy is ready to die to remain in power. Okay? And anybody who wants to take power from him must be ready to die. If those conditions are not met, then status quo remains. It's not going to be easy because as it is right now, if they don't disqualify ADC as a party tomorrow, they will disqualify NDC as a party tomorrow. And all these institutional investors, they are watching. They are watching. And that's where the government and its policies, they must be very, very careful in the way they alter policies, in the way they communicate what is going on. If there's a party that is contesting and you don't disqualify the party, then you wait until like it's a month to the election. You now say the party cannot contest. We are just going to create all kinds of political upheaval in the system. And the market does not like that. Foreign investors does not like that. I've forgotten FTSC, who will come in September. But again, I think that's already priced in. That's already priced in everything we are witnessing right now. So if anybody is thinking FTSC is going to wait in September, no, they already have people on the ground that are doing analysis for them on how they are going to enter the market and all that stuff. So they're bringing a little bit of money into the system, but how much of that money is going to defray the damage that has already been done? How much of that money will go back into Dangote's IPO? How much of that money? Because again, we got a notification from SEC this week saying that people promoting Dangote's IPO, it has not been approved. This, that. And the very next day, Bloomberg is bringing out a full-blown article on how Dangote IPO is the best thing. After SEC has said that they should stop promoting it, it has not been approved and all that. So what are we talking about here? We have an issue. we have credibility issue, we have governance issue, we have uh, uh, problems with executing what has been executing the law, implementing the law, so to speak. Right? We have problems implementing the law. Private placement do not really require sex approval for, especially for private companies. And as far as we are concerned, Dangote Refinery is still a private company, so they are exempt from some of the rules and regulations with SEC. Under normal circumstances, the number of investors in a private placement should not be more than, is it 50? But I know we have over 1,000 houses all struggling to get Dangote's placement. So when SEC came out with that statement about IPO, anybody can turn it against SEC. Oh, this is not IPO we are doing here. This is the private placement. We've gotten our allotment from the private placement, and we are reselling our allotment. It has nothing to do with the IPO. We are not doing IPO. IPOs are not supposed to be advertised. So when Otedola came on live TV telling the whole world that he would tell his friend to keep 100 million shares of 100 millions worth of his IPO for him, what advertisement is greater than that? Did you come out with a statement to say that is wrong? You are not supposed to advertise a private placement? When Davido flashed the private placements form on this thing, was there any statement warning Davido that he shouldn't do that? So these rules apply differently to different people. And these are the problems we have in the market. These are the problems. The Regency Alliance, when that happened, did you come out to say, shareholders, stakeholders, sorry for the delay in starting this thing, despite the earlier information, we now had to do other things, and because of that, we were not able to meet the deadline, and because of that, we have now shifted it. Have you come out with a statement? Is there a problem with communications with Nigerian companies? Is it that Nigerian companies or the Nigerian culture does not allow for communication? It's all part of the Olodo uprising we are talking about, because it's time to start calling these things out the way they are. We actually have an Olodo governor in place. The governor of my state cannot count. He doesn't know his numbers. He doesn't. He goes on live TV and is asking his interviewer, "Can you bet?" Like, you just wonder. Yeah, and the people you come and what YC actually said. YC did not blame anybody. He only gave example, and people cannot comprehend part of the Olodo culture. And I was watching, what is his name, Daddy Freeze or whatever, trying to explain that. I'm like, God, these guys, like, these are the people we listen to. These are the influencers we listen to, and comprehension is dead. We've always said it, that we need to completely overhaul our educational system. Our educational system does not encourage critical thinking. It doesn't. And it's affecting all our lives in everything we do. It's affecting everything we do. And that's why, again, investment for a lot of people is, they don't know what investment is until it gets to that stage where they think the market is going up and everybody now thinks they can just come in. And then you see all manner of people coming to tell you, buy this, don't buy this, do this, don't do that. If you want to partake in Dangote Refinery, these are people who do not even have shares. They don't even know what a CSCS account is, right? And the cycle goes on and on and on. So, in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say, anybody who is thinking this sideways movement in the market is going to end very soon, no, we are just going to be like this. Half-year results will come, like I said, a couple of good results here and there, go up for like maybe 2-3 days, and then it forms a new support. Dangote Refinery comes. That support that you think you have, it will suck up the liquidity, because, again, if people want to take part in Dangote's IPO refinery, they're not going to be selling tip. Tip will not give them the liquidity they need. Hostilers will not give them the liquidity they need. Restaurants will not give them the liquidity they need. What do they sell? They will sell their uh, Zenith, who will pay half-year dividend. They will sell GTB, who will pay half-year dividend. They will sell
Aradel.
Aradel, who will pay half-year dividend. They will sell MTN, who will pay half-year dividend. They will sell all these ones, create another vacuum, and then the market dips again. And then FTSE comes in, little of support here and there, and the next thing, election fever is here. If one party is not disqualified today, another party is disqualified tomorrow. These are people who do not even, they don't care about you. All they are interested in right now is, I want to win the election. And that's where the problem is. Wanting to win the election at all costs. If you send that kind of a message, the market will not like it. Institutional investors will not like it. We had the wife of the president coming out on TV saying she gave 2 billion, she gave 1 billion, she gave 0.5 billion, and other. Like, is it your money? You're asking people to go and start a Akara business. That is the new modus operandi. That's how you want to enrich people. That's how you want to enrich people. The SSA to the governor, to the president, was coming at Bayo Nanuga and said that there's not, he doesn't understand why Nigerians are complaining that everybody's that he's working with, that they are telling him that, oh, life is good, life is beautiful, and all that stuff. Which takes me back to what I was saying initially, that once you become a bourgeois, once you become extremely rich in Nigeria, all the people around you become cronies. They tell you what you want to hear. Nobody can come to you and tell you, Oga, this way they do so, now mess up. That's not how you should do. You should have tried this approach. Nobody, because they all want to be in your good books. They all want to be in your good books. If I cannot talk to any of you here, if I cannot candidly tell you what I don't like in any of you, and you cannot tell me what you don't like in me, then we are not friends. We are not friends. And I've never, you see, that's something I will never change. That's something that will never change in me, no matter what you, no, look, I will tell you, what's the, you will talk to me again. Okay, my guy, day your day, I day my day. But that's me. And that's, if you notice, we chose ourselves. Nobody, look, if you look at all of us here, believe you me, we just came together naturally. There was nothing. As Shehu, as Onome, as Senku, as we just came together naturally. Like, these are not just friends. These are people that have the same mindset. They are working towards the same goal. A problem for one is a problem for all of us. And that's what's guiding us. And it will remain like that. If the day it changes, I don't even think it's going to change, because we are not like that. We are not like that. So for all those who are panicking in the market, this is no time to press that panic button. Nothing materially, fundamentally has changed in all these companies that you guys are selling off. It's just a distortion. And eventually people will learn. People will learn, because we are in for a very long period of sideways trading for now. For me, until the election is over, all those Bazooka and Nagasheku will be muted for a long time, until the election is over. And let's just pray that we have a peaceful election. If we have a peaceful election, we should be okay, and then we'll be back again. But when we are back again, then the whole way to manage the profit that time will be very, very different, because God knows what happens after that. The tax master general is now the finance minister of the country. Nothing has been implemented yet until election is secured. If we think we are paying taxes now, let's wait to see what happens after then. But for everybody who is here, who is listening, who believe in us, because we have believers, not followers, do not sell your fundamentally strong stock. Don't get carried away with the crowd. Forget the noise. Put your noise cancelling AirPods in your ear. Look at those companies that are actually entering the bargain zone and start taking position little by little. Yes, you might buy and it goes down, but you're not buying for 2 months. You're not buying for 6 months. I've told you now, if you are buying anything now and you're expecting to see any movement, for me, if I buy anything now and I'm expecting to see any movement, I'm looking beyond the election. Minimum. So the horizon I'm giving myself right now, minimally, is like 6 to 8 months before so it's possible I'll buy and it will go down. And in situations like that, I just pray to God to give me more money to load. And then in about 8 months' time, we'll start seeing the results. But if you are going to panic and sell everything, good luck. If you wanted to sell everything, you would have sold before now. But if they told you that the market will take a downturn like this, you wouldn't believe it. And we've seen what has caused it. So let's continue to watch the market, and let's continue to remain rational and do not panic. Nothing has changed in this market. The companies, like I said, if the results we've been seeing is anything, I mean, like, we are just coming back from a very, very bad period. And there's nothing to show that we are going back to the beginning of Buhari's era any longer. These are much better companies. We see one of the biggest acquisition of UAC buying Chivita. We've seen Dangote doing one of the biggest public right offer, 500 billion. You see, the money is just going to one individual. 500 billion for Dangote sugar, right? I don't know how much is going to the refinery. By the time you put the PO and the private placement together, all that money is being sucked to one individual. And you know what? Sometimes you look away. Okay, Dangote is not only Dangote stocks we have in the market. It's not only Dangote stocks. I'm sure before Dangote sugar will get to 3 times from where it is now, 210 naira. I'm sure tip will be at maybe 350, 400 naira. There are some hidden gems in the market that you need to be looking at. I remember the space we had last time. I was talking about the formal and informal market. We need to start calling more people accountable. Every time it looks like we keep repeating the same thing over and over and over. Look at solid mineral resources. Look at where the world is going to, AI. Has Nigeria benefited from the AI boom that is going around in the world? How can Nigeria benefit from that? It's not by looking at Champs or MTN or CWG. It's not by that. What are the things that are critical for AI to be able to work? Where are the chips coming from? Last week there was news that some kind of rare earth metals have been discovered in Kaduna. Nope, they've always been there. Let's stop kidding ourselves. They've always been there. They've always been there. And the government is aware, and people are making a killing out of that. But nobody is saying anything. Nobody is holding the government accountable because everybody is interested in crude oil. Everybody is interested in crude oil. Healthcare is kind of dead. Healthcare in Nigeria is dead. Healthcare is dead. You will see ex-governors, ministers, all manner of people going abroad for healthcare, for checkup. So when you were a governor, when you were building Lagos State, you could not build one hospital, one world-class hospital that would do checkup on you. Turkey is probably the leading country in medical tourism today. In medical tourism, Turkey is. With all our world-class doctors that we have all over the world, instead of you to fly one of them down to do whatever they want to do, you will go and disgrace us. You come over here, and they'll be looking. Guys, I thought you're a very fantastic doctor. How come your president is coming here for treatment, for checkup? And then how do you now want those people to look at us? If these guys were that good, the president won't be coming here. The ministers won't be coming here. And this is where I always ask people to think critically. You see how that lady they call Kemi Badinot will come and be talking rubbish about Nigeria. She will say anything to run Nigeria down. But when Nigeria was signing a deal with Britain to come and rebuild our ports, she didn't come out to say, don't sign the deal. What's the point I'm trying to make here? These guys don't care about you. You think they care about your well-being? You think they care whether... No, they're only interested in what they can get from you. Because if they really cared about us, at the stage we are in right now, if the president, minister, any governor, all these top politicians come and they say they want to go for checkup, they will deny them visa, go to your country, build it. If they really cared about us, they don't. And that's where I want people to start thinking. We are talking about Olodo uprising. These are all part of the conversation. These are the things that make us poorer. It's not a shame that every time any of our minister, any of our governor, any of our senator, any of our politicians, once they are sick, they have to go abroad for treatment. What is the problem with investing in healthcare? So healthcare investment hasn't even started yet. That is another area that will mint money for people in this country. Tony Elumelu's wife is a medical doctor, owns Avon HMO. What is stopping Tony from building a world-class healthcare infrastructure in Lagos? Start. Start now. Like, why? You want to democratize wealth. How is that even possible? You want to democratize wealth, you can't pay dividend. But you are collecting dividend from the company you went to invest in.
Uncle Charles,
UBA,
they never,
because
none
UBA,
of them ever comes out
UBA does not
to
have
say they are
money.
the.
Let's be honest. Where's the money that they want to pay? It's not. Let's be serious. The results that they gave us. Yeah.
No, but because I'm just looking at healthcare seriously. With all the money we have, why is it that we don't have like one world class? Chimamanda Adichie came and she lost her child in Nigeria. Like, how do you even like how? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's again. I tell people this is not political, but all these contribute to our well-being. All these contribute to our health. So who is that Nigerian who is going to say You know what? My passion is healthcare. My passion is you. I want to turn Nigeria into Turkey. I know we have the best doctors in the world. So long time ago, I was thinking of this idea of actually building the uh, the the biggest hospital in Nigeria in Badagry. And like the whole idea is why Badagry? Because Badagry is where they normally used to like send slaves from Nigeria to other parts of the world. And it was going to be such an iconic building, such that you'll be operating like you bring doctors from abroad to come and operate, and they're operating on top of the sea. Like, the scenery, like they go back and tell, man, I was operating on top of the sea. Like that place is iconic. That's where slavery started. That's where they started moving Nigerians from Nigeria to other parts of the world and all that stuff. Like, what is so difficult? Even medications. I'll tell you something. In this in my country, the number of distributors for medications, they're not more than there are about five of them. One major one and four subsidiaries. The major one is McKesson. That one too is the leading distributor of drugs in America. That that company, they provide employment to a lot of people because they have warehouses all over North America. You just at the end of your day, you put your order for what you want, and your medications will come. We don't even have enough in Nigeria. I'm sure we have more than 1,000 brands of paracetamol, 1,000 brands of Cipro, all kinds of medication. Here, you don't have more than 3, 4 brands of any medication. You don't. We know the source, we know where they are coming from and all that. We have not even achieved that yet. Even medication, like diagnosis is zero. We can't even diagnose in Nigeria because we don't have the wherewithal to diagnose. So there's still a lot. There's a lot of avenues where people can get rich, and I'm challenging. I'm challenging the Nigeria elite to start looking into these areas, because if you keep doing uh, what other people are doing, it's just a continuation of the Olodo uprising. It's just a continuation. You know, what have you built? What have you really built? People should take time to go and read the last article by Faye on cement in Nigeria. And the guy asked, how many people have come from Dangote to say, okay, this is what I learned from Dangote, and I'm going to replicate what he did. Because you want to be Rockefeller. Rockefeller created a lot of other people who created a lot of other people. Who has Dangote created in Nigeria? So, my friends, I'll leave you guys to continue, I beg.
All right.
Uncle Sam, I wanted to add something or chip in something. You know, this part of the world, Nigeria, Africa, the elites are really not in the business of democratizing wealth. Okay, they just want to make money, stay liquid. Like we've said in the past, we know the biggest winners of this, that the people that will be the biggest winners of this IPO going on, they are not really into the business of trying to democratize wealth or trying to make it go round. No, they want to make money, stay there, and make sure that they make enough for their unborn great grandchildren. And then, secondly, I may be wrong, but I also think that this policies coming out from both the apex bank, the regulators, may also be hurting the market. The other time we just had trading extension. The next one we move to T+1. Before you know it, now they are talking about adjusting how much that needs to move any stock. So I feel like these are very good changes being implemented. However, and also the whole core policy. These are very good things. Looking ahead, however, they are happening soon, which I feel will also be. I may be wrong, but I think it's also affecting the market in a way.
Yeah, that's very very correct. There's still not a lot of clarity on the new draft. I mean, we call it draft because I think it's not fully legal yet. I think they are going to like get they are getting feedback from the various stakeholders, and eventually they will tell us what's going on with the holdco bank structure and all that stuff. So uh, yes, again, that's something that has not really helped the market because, like we will normally say here, market does not like uncertainty, right? The market does not like uncertainty, and yeah, that's one factor. But let's just hope again. Let's just hope that they're able to like resolve this and communicate clearly so that the man in the street will be able to understand what is going on. Because by the time you do this and there's no clear communication, and you leave that communication time lag, uh, uh, what will happen is people always have a way of cashing in on miscommunication to make money out of ordinary Nigerians. And then by the time you now realize what you've caused with miscommunication, it's too late, and then you start coming out with a second statement to correct it. So I just hope that they really, really get what they want to do once and for all, and yeah, we take it from there. Onomsky.
All right. Um, so a big shout out to everyone who's following on YouTube. Um, I would take some of the questions I can see. So thank you to Exact News, Arolo, Samuel, Ahmed, Lalikon, Bangish Khan. I just shout out to everybody who's following on YouTube. And just in case you have to drop out, I believe you should be able to. Um, I believe, I believe the recording should be she should be able to access it on YouTube. This is a test, so fingers crossed it should still be there. But to take some of the questions, there's a question on. Let me see if I can scroll to the top. Okay, so how can the NJX best address liquidity? I think they've addressed it, or they're going to address it with the new rules on the minimum amount you need to move a stock. That should help with the liquidity. Even though I have my doubts as to whether, given the bear market that we are in now, I don't know if the NJX will still continue to um, implement it. I heard it was supposed to be implemented in July. I don't know how true that is. I don't know if they'll continue to do it. So we'll have to watch. But I think once we have these new rules on the minimum amounts to quantity required to move stocks up and down, it should help with liquidity. And there's a question if RDL bleeding badly, what's the way forward for banks like Access, GT Bank, and UBA? I mean, candidly speaking, well, the new policy, let's see how it comes. I'm sure in a couple of months we should have a couple of weeks, maybe weeks to a month or two. We should have more clarity from the CBN about the policy. Policy isn't really a big deal. Yes, it will require some restructuring for some of these banks, but I think for a lot of the banks, it will unlock value, especially in the case of UBA. So really, I'm not really. It's no big deal about the new revised Holdco policies and all that. I don't have an issue with that. Charles has addressed the question on WAPCO. To the best of our knowledge, WAPCO isn't going private anytime soon. I don't know where that whole 93 naira deal came up because the stock is 300 plus. Nobody's going to exit at 300 plus or do an NTO for a 300 plus company at 93 naira. So there's nothing to worry about that. Um, then will Q2 be better with the results? Or will Q2 numbers change the market? Charles has also addressed that, and I also align with him. In some ways, you might argue that Q2 results have already been priced, especially when you look at, except maybe tier two days. But with the way the market is, I don't think Q2 results will be enough of a catalyst to move this market. Um, and the forces that are pushing down the prices are actually beyond the numbers. So I don't think that will change. There was a question I saw on FCMB. FCMB will it come up? I think FCMB is a maybe 12 to 18 months play. And for more context, I think in the pre-market videos we did last week, I probably discussed banking stocks. I discussed FCMB. I've discussed FCMB at least 2, 3 times a week. So go to the YouTube page, check the playlist, go watch pre-market maybe from Tuesday to Thursday. Discuss the banks, the pharma companies, the brewers. I discussed a lot of those companies. Um, FCMB at just under 10 naira is trading at about it's just trading at under half. It's a bit over half its book value. I think for FCMB, if you're going to focus on FCMB, you probably will be looking at a 12 to 18 month timeline. Start to look at maybe H1 2027. They may still have a bit of cleanups to do, but FCMB has raised a chunk of money that they're going to put into work. And I think for FCMB, long story short, go and listen to the earnings call that FCMB did. They have a call, presentation is there, everything is freely available online. I think after listening to that call, um, anybody who's selling FCMB, I don't know what it's selling for. So, uh, 2026 is a transition year for FCMB. So, I don't think I would judge FCMB by 2026 results because the money that they've raised, I don't think you got that money more than 2, 3 months ago. So, they are yet to actually deploy that money to work. So, FCMB just have a 12 to 24 months or 12 to 18 months timeline for FCMB and then check on it. But I'm not bothered by FCMB. Yes, let's see how the expansion will go on. Let's see how they deploy that money. But really, you can't judge FCMB by money that they just got maybe 2, 3 months ago. They are yet to put that money to work. So that's for um, FCMB. I think I've pretty much taken all the questions. Yeah. So I think we've run for about 1 hour 40 minutes. Maybe you discount the first 40 minutes. We use that to get everything. Asenko, over to you. What's your own view of the market? How are you looking at the markets? And what are you watching? Can you speak?
All right. So far so good. Charles has said everything, but I'll just add one or two things. And
Thank you. People want to see your Nagasheku face, please. Please. You can't be bearish with
they'll
your
see it,
face.
they'll see it in the next call that we're going to have, the next live. They'll see the face, or maybe probably my screen because I wanted to just share my screen. But let me see. Let me even test this sharing of screen if it will work.
Let me see. I think
Yes.
I should be able to. I don't know how to. I don't know. See if you can share your screen. I'm sure it's doable. I just don't know how to do that.
Uh, can you see my screen? Is it showing? Can everyone see my screen? Well,
Nah,
ask the
nah,
fans.
not showing.
I'm sure. Sure, can you see my screen? Maybe.
Nobody can
Nobody.
see your screen. It's
Nobody
all
can see
black
your
here.
screen. Because first and foremost, it will be difficult to see your screen when you have
Okay.
disabled your video. So I don't know what anybody is going to see with a disabled
We
video.
can see your screen,
Well, I
but
can
it
see.
looks tiny, Senko. I don't know. So
Uh,
maybe
how about is it? I can make it bold. Can you see the screen?
it still looks tiny. I'm not sure. Would have to experiment with this. I guess there should be a way to. I
Okay, we'll
don't know.
experiment out later. Okay,
And yeah,
Yeah, we
let's
just
can
go
do
do
that.
that
ahead.
later.
Just go ahead.
Yeah,
Yes, just
okay,
go ahead for now.
okay. Let me just stop sharing. Okay, all right. So so far so good. The market has been let's say observing well, corrections. The market we've lost. If you look at the ASI, topped at 254,000 and 254,067.4 points. And we ranged, if you read my analysis for the ASI on X, for those that are following me on X, you'd have seen I did a detailed analysis on X on the ASI and the major issues facing the markets, of which I'm maybe later, if I have the time, I'm going to write on what's my outlook of for the remainder of the year, the liquidity hunt for the private placement and how it was badly done. And now again, we're going for the IPO, and definitely we still expect the same result as Charles has rightly mentioned, stated. Then also again, we're looking at the the major thing, that's the external. There's one that we just missed, which is the one of the macro problem, which is a swap. The Yeah, the credit swap of $5 billion. We just drew the first tranche of $1.5 billion, and there are a lot of technicalities around that. This is derivatives, and I don't think this administration or people in that government really know what they are doing. And again, there's a lot of unclarity around that. No clarity. It's just ambiguous. I mean, in terms of the deal, what was actually signed, and should something go wrong, because definitely there's always a margin call. If there's a margin call, and you know if there's a margin call, what are we losing, how much are we losing? Because this, we are talking about swaps, we're talking about cash flows, how um I will do the sorry, right. So we're talking about credit swaps. We're talking about how, you know a financial agreement between the seller of the credit swap that will compensate the buyer in the event of a debt default. Now, you're talking about, who is paying. So it acts like an insurance policy against the borrower defaulting on their debts. So majorly, you can do a swap on your cash flow. You can take a bet on even the interest rate and every other thing. But at the end of the day, the major thing about a credit swap is very risky. Because should anything go wrong, we are going to lose money on that side. And remember that this guy went to World Bank, and World Bank declined. Like, say, they were like, no, we can't give you loan. I can't remember the amount they were requesting for. Then all of a sudden, maybe somebody brought a deal on the table, too good to turn down. That's from the Abu Dhabi guys, by giving them a $5 billion. So that's another external threat to the market, because in as much as we're saying that the macro situation, or the macro is solid and fantastic, earnings, corporate earnings, corporate announcements, or corporate earnings, or corporate reports, I mean, from these publicly listed companies, are beautiful. They're no cause for alarm for now. We need to just you know be cautious, in terms of this kind of thing that just came out. And like I said, if this guy wins the election, like we're in trouble. That's just the truth. And I told people that our next financial crisis is not even going to be FX. It's not going to be FX. It's going to be more worse, I mean, than FX, and which is I like I keep mentioning, and I've spoken about it on the Telegram session, which is a debt crisis. But I don't want to scare anybody. But with the way this guy is going and is moving, definitely it will keep on boring because Nigeria don't have the power. We are not. How much are we producing, or how much are we you know doing, or what, how much is the revenue, how much are we generating? Like you look at the country, total country's income generation, we're not generating income. I listened to what the Minister of Finance, I don't like to call his name, he said in his recent interview. He said Nigeria is not generating too much, that they need to generate more money, that we have never, that they've never started taxing people. That means the tax that they are taxing people is still minimal, or is still low, is still less. So they need to do more to, in order for them to generate uh, income. And yet today or yesterday, the president signed the NIMC act, and is a standard which is very good. But what does that tell us? It just points to one thing, that tax, they want to get everybody's data, which is good. Yes, I'm not saying that you shouldn't get your we shouldn't maintain one database and one data source. So this thing will expose a lot of things. People that are telling lies about how many people that they have, or how many working class, or this is going to be this if they execute it very well and perfectly well, and the database is you know solid, then would get that. But at the end of the day, this is just pointing towards tax, 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 so that it's very, that they can collect taxes efficiently, and they want to hit it 1 trillion naira. If you read the statement of the president, he was talking about how they want to achieve $1 trillion dollar. I mean, $1 trillion economy, not 1 trillion naira. Please pardon me. $1 trillion economy. So, and how do you achieve a $1 trillion economy? Ah, according to this administration, there's nothing fantastic or anything good that they can do. Is they will tax the life of the poor people, tax people to death, in order for them milk whatever they can milk, and you know which again have a which have an adverse effect to the economy. And I'm looking at my ASR, and ASR has lost a critical support level of 229,320.9 points, and we are coming back to 223,140.6 points. If we don't get that recovery from the 232,000, and it's can I say that this private placement, okay, it has ended last week Friday, did a lot of bad, it did a lot of damage, I mean, in the market. And keep seeing people say, oh, the retracement or a re-rating. This is not even about a re-rating or a retracement. Again, I had released a beautiful result. And if you are telling me, oh, because of oil prices is going down, then that means you're not informed. Because if you look at others Q1, they capitalized on that excess of pricing in terms of how oil was moving, that which was already even priced in. But and when they released that result, we are even still expecting. If you even look at what they hedged, if you look at what they hedged, the or the this thing, what they call it, their dollar, you would have seen that they've done a very, very beautiful or very good pricing in terms of how they've structured in terms of how they've structured their books. Again, that's not a tenable excuse to give vote as to why people are selling. No, because if you even look at the other book and the way people were selling down their ad or whatever, you know that there's something of, oh, they want to quickly get cash for something. It's not because they want to get the cash and reposition. We're not seeing that repositioning. Instead, the market was losing. There's a difference between money changing hands within the market and you're moving it to another stock, and money going out of the market. And we saw the dollar, the naira to dollar. We saw the pressure, which pointed to people were selling their stocks, their local stocks in naira, and they have to convert that money in dollar. And we saw the naira losing up to about 2 to 5% in a week. which again tells us one thing, that there was a lot of pressure for people trying to what, to take up, to fund their private placement. If not, they lose their allotment, and that allotment goes to another person that is very serious. I mean, taking up um the private placement, and yeah, it was oversubscribed. We'll see same again uh, for the IPO. What do I expect? What do I see next week? I still expect that there will be more Koboko in the market. I expect people should just prepare. They should just put that at the back of their mind that there will be more Koboko in the markets. Market closed, and the month is going to end on Tuesday. So, what are we going to be seeing? We want to just start seeing um results from July. But let me. I don't want to go fundamentals. Fundamentals. Let me just look at what is happening for key index. Charles already spoke about the industrials. Well, I might just touch on it if time permits me. But let's even look at NGS, INS, because a lot of people now, I think, have put scare on their body. I mean, fear, I mean, on their body. I mean, um, for NGS, INX, it's not looking good. NGS, INX currently down, has lost its major demand zone that it reclaimed before, from its previous all-time high in 2025, and this is the only lagging index. This is a lagging index, and no surprise because of the whatever that is going on. From an all-time high of 1,728 points, point 2 points in 2025, and this index now is down by 35%. And we have one final bus stop. One final bus stop is the 1,045.5 points. But that's going to be a lot of bleeding, you know. When if we drop again further from again, the INX tried to push up. That was in February 2026. Was it had a monthly high of about 1,437.8 points, and so far so good. The this uh so far so good. Uh, from the previous all-time high of that 728, uh we're down by 35%. So, and again, we've lost two critical zones. One is the main demand zone of 1,242.5 points to 1,288.7 points. Now has now turned into supply zone, and currently, well, we lost again another 1,129.5 points. And now again, it's looking likely that INX is going to come back to 1,045.5 points, and not, I expect a double bottom here, a double bottom around this zone, or we come back again to clean up the August 2025 uh, imbalance that was created that led to the uh, all-time high of 1,728.2 points. And where's the imbalance? We're looking at the January monthly high of 899.7 points. It's not going to be easy. Some people are going to cry, like, because again, when we start seeing that, I don't want, okay, let me use them. Not people will cry, but again, if you sell, you lose. But it's not going to be good if we lose the 1,045.5 points. That's like the NGSINS is down by 39.61%, and we now lose again the that zone, then dropping further again to 899.7. I don't think people can stomach that. That means that the index will be down by 47%. Again, let me tell you guys, this has been done before. It has happened before. It doesn't mean that it cannot happen again. So just prepare your mind for that. That's, maybe you might start looking for money to go and buy some good discounts for the insurance, because definitely we saw that happen for the insurance, for the social sector in 2025. We ran from 625.8 points, where I called it from 625.8 points. We ran as high as 1,728.2 points. So that's over 176, I mean 175%. Now again we're down by 35 to 36%. Just prepare your mind. The fall is not over, except maybe something. changes and people start returning liquidity back to the market. But doesn't it won't happen that quickly. It won't happen that quickly. And again, there's the FTSE that is coming up. Again, like Charles rightly mentioned, and if you check my article, I already said it has been priced in, so I'm not even looking forward to. It's a good one. Nigeria will be back to the FTSE index. Very yes, very good. Though so people will have access to, even if they don't want to expose too much directly to the Nigerian market, they can bounce by the index and hold. So if the Nigerian market is doing well, it will add to the index. So I don't know how many points that it will be adding to the FTSE index. I have to check that. So with that is very important to see if Nigeria is going to have a very good weighting to the FTSE, to the frontier market index. If we're going to be adding good weighting to the frontier market index, so a lot of people will want to pile in a lot of cash into that index and bet that Nigeria will do well. And indirectly we will start seeing that movement um, in the market. And do I want to talk again? I'm not going to talk about any individual stock, but the only stock that I will just talk about is just regular links. A lot of people are scared. Like, or I saw some people selling losses on the platform, but I didn't just want to laugh or call names. Last week we touched. I warned that after that, they were not. After that, ula balul, or can I say the anyhowness of this company. If not that, Charles had to reach out to them to ask them what is happening, and they are being punished for that. And market will not, if you misbehave currently in this market, just any small uh, any small, okay, I don't want permit me, I wanted to use the F word, but if you misbehave in the market now, just any slightest thing that you does do, and you will pay dearly, your company share price will pay dearly for it, because right now people are not, market is not happy, market is bearish, printing minting lower highs, lower lows. So definitely for the short term, I don't want to say that this is a long time kind of thing. And the what do you call it? Regular insurance is also showing that lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows kind of thing, and that's not looking good for Regal. If you look at it, and I just drew a trend line, and you can see the trend. Okay, you can see my screen. What do I expect? I expect that the company will open with a gap down, and a gap down we'll be looking at is the 2024. That's 2024 yearly high, and the 2024 yearly high of 24, yes, yearly high of 0.66. I mean 0.65. I mean no, yeah, 0.65. That's 65 kobo. I mean, so for regular insurance, so it's not 66 kobo, 65, but it's still the same, almost closer. So 65 kobo. I expect that we should be trading sub 70s when the market opens, meaning that this company, don't forget again, there was a bonus issue, and before the bonus issue, this company was trading at an all-time high of 1 naira 98 kobo. But because of the bonus, we adjusted it, so that will be like a new now the company what is now showing on our screen is 1 naira 47 kobo. That would be, but I can't call it an all-time high. I'll just say a 52-week high for that. But if you are looking at judging from the one naira 47 kobo, and we pull it down to where it is trading now. Currently, this stock is down by 46%. I mean 46%. And if we go open a gap down to 65, to 65, to the 65 kobo region, we should be seeing that this stock should be trading more than half of its value. That means it will have lost 56% of its market cap as of when it was trading at 1 naira 47 kobo. Again, all I'm just trying to say here is the equity market is a very volatile market. Let me just put that at the back of your mind, so that you know how you act accordingly. When we talk about these things, yes, we want people to make money, we want people to be financially free, but you have to put this at the back of your mind that if you don't apply proper risk management, you could get beaten in the market. And again, this is the time not to panic, because you can't be selling when everybody wants to sell. That doesn't even make sense. In the rule of technical analysis, when everybody wants to get out, That's the best time for you to start accessing. What am I holding? Am I holding something quality? Then you do. That means if you missed the taking profit, but I expect that if you're a trader, you should have taken profit. This is the time to start maybe looking at shopping very well. But again, one thing I can tell everyone here is nobody can time the bottom and the top or bottom of any market. You only play in between the markets. Do I expect any surgical bounce? I don't expect any surgical bounce. Now this is me now being cautious. You could, if you can tell it from my analysis. When I'm always writing and happy when the market is bullish, you start seeing, I start giving levels, and you start seeing me throw caution again. Oh, how do you de-risk? Like we did that from Abbey Building. There were some trades that we've taken some good trades from Abbey Building to if you're on the platform, it's not that we give financial advice. No, and this is me just taking it. We don't give financial advice. So you how we exited. We took another one again. Um we took another trade like charms, couple of those, a lot, not even just only that. There's a lot. So, and if you don't exit or if you don't, at the point in time, then I don't know if you're a trader or not. As an investor, I see a lot of people opening the app and they call themselves investor. And I ask you a quick question: Why, well, like, if you're an investor, why you bother about now? Why did you buy the stock? The first thing I'll go back to the basic questions, the basic fundamentals of you buying this stock. Why did you buy it? What was your analysis? What was your fair price? What was your valuation of that company? Well, what are you looking at in that company? I start asking you all these basic questions. Then if you are unable to answer, that means you just followed somebody to go and buy. If you follow someone to go and be buying because somebody on X, and again, even if I'm analyzing something, don't even follow me. Have your own conviction. That's why the forum is there to guide people. We want to help people, but at the same time, we want people to be independent. Because let me just tell you this thing. Let me just tell you this thing. Let me tell you guys, we might not be here forever. That's also the truth. I, Charles, then Onome, me, Sheung, I'm not saying we might not be here forever. I want to give that skill, like we want to train people, we want to not just train, we want to teach, we want to impact on people's life that going forward, come bull or bear, we are here. We can't. I've seen a lot of people silently. They're no longer talking because the market is down, and they don't know what to next to do. Some of them have been drawn into debt. Again, one thing that you should never do again in this kind of scenario: if you borrow money to go and buy the dip, and you don't, you're not even a trader. Yeah, they'll say, "Oh, take risk." I didn't send you message. You one, and it goes south, you have to sell and go and look for more money. If you are unable to recoup or repay that loan, then you'll be in trouble. Don't borrow money to invest. Put money that you can afford to lose, that I know it's not paying you. Yes, you might, but again, it's subjective. You can afford to lose 1 billion. Beautiful. You can afford to lose 10 million, 15 million, 100 million. You know that yes, your mind is not going to be in the market. So why you bother? And when you know that you put in those small kind of money, you don't have to be checking your portfolio. I can't remember. I've not even checked my portfolio in last my long-term position in the last. I've not even checked it. Maybe just the other positions where I'm doing my swings. So at the end of the day, when you know what you buy, or I mean you bought, I mean not buy, when you know you bought something very good, you need to have strong conviction. This is the best time now to understand why the market is moving this way and all those things. Learning about the market, learning about companies, or using that to look for research about good companies that that Charles already did Bonanza. If I were you, I'll take down pen those names because we share the same view on those companies. If I were you, I'll take down pen, jot them, not just because he called them, does not mean that you will not do your own research. You should go do your own research too to be sure that, oh, does this fit into my thesis? And consolidate on volume. As these things get cheaper, you made the first mistake of not buying, you spreading yourself tiny. Then you start consolidating on volume and you just sit down and wait. and say, okay, let this play out. But let me tell you, the ASI will recover. If there's election, if there's no longer an election scare, and everything goes as planned, IPO is over, with the kind of reversal we are going to see in the market, that will be when new millionaires will be made from the market. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Senko. So I guess we should call it a day. We've been on for a bit over 2 hours now. This was an impromptu event. We're just testing it. I say, well, let's test it. So we need to wrap up. But before we go, I'm sure there are a lot of people who following here. Please go follow all the social media handles, all Greenticker social media handles, because to be honest, you can't say where next to show up. We could show up on TikTok, show up on Instagram, we could show up on Facebook. So just follow all handles so that whenever you pop into the handles, whenever we do lives, we'll share the replay links and all. Since I see Shehu here, Shehu's probably discusses the whole of us to everyone. So Shehu, I will hand over to you. What are you watching, and let us know. Then we can wrap up.
All right, thanks, Onome. Good evening, everyone. Nice to be here. So I'm not really looking at much per se, more or less looking at what are the things that can be picked up now that some people are dropping, some people are selling off their assets as we go into this coming week. Like Senzo has said, I'm also looking at the ASI as well to see if ASI will drop further again beyond where it currently. I think we are currently at 238. I think that's at it's a Friday. Then looking at a couple of companies or tickers, as the case may be, I think right now I have my eyes on this company now. Some companies in the insurance sector. I think I'm looking at Lasaco at the moment. I'm also looking at who else again? I think I'm also looking at Aradel as usual to see when, because now we are entering I'm sure that by Tuesday people who are supposed to file some certain things will be sort of rushing to file those things again because that will be the end of Q2 officially. So let's see what they come out with disclosure wise for people who are still owing us some disclosures here and there. And then of course there's some cheap things that are being picked up right now. MTN of course is looking like something that this I can see that even MTN themselves have been picking up stuff for their employees. So the last two disclosures that came in yesterday showed that they are picking up shares for the employee share pool. So they are topping up on that, and that's good to see. And one or two other stocks again, yeah, that I haven't really looked, I haven't really sort of looked at again, but sure, there are some discounts right now that are available based on where we can. In fact, GTCO, yes, that's true. GTCO is also something that everybody should look at. So there, the kind of things I just have my watch list on to see what will happen with those stocks as we go into this new week, and then we end the quarter for good. So yeah, other than that, as usual, we're looking at the US stock market too as well, and looking at what's happening geopolitical wise and macro wise there, and we'll see what happens in this coming week. I know that the trilateral deal with US, Iran, so US, Israel, and I think I can't remember the third country now. Let's see how long that one holds, and then let's see what the price of oil goes at, so we can look at how things are stabilized as we go into this week. I think this week too will be also accumulating to July 4th, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so America is going to be like on
Yeah,
holiday.
right. That's a holiday. Yeah.
Yeah, so America is also going to be like on holiday, as we enter into this week, and this is the 250th celebration for America. So there's I've seen a lot of deals around, 776 and rest of them. So, maybe this sell-off that happened over the last week will sort of get back once people are in the, America spirit, and then they start buying back everything again that they dumped on us. So yeah, other than that, I think those are my thoughts for now, and then we'll see how it all goes. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Shaun. I'm just going to respond to a comment here by Prima Vista Solutions. It says it is it is political. If all you see is gloom and doom, I've heard about reverse medical tourism to some private hospitals in Lagos. You talked about rare earth metals, new lithium plant in Nasarawa. Yes, it's not all gloom and doom politically, but if you don't communicate properly, if you leave political decisions in such a way that you put other political at a disadvantage, then you are creating unnecessary problems. Unfortunately, there's no independence of anything, no independence of the judiciary, no independence of government. So uh, these are things that should be left to the proper channels to deal with. But everything about uh, the country is political, and that's where the fear is. If we have a peaceful election, things will actually improve. As per medical tourism, reverse medical tourism, like you said, I've heard a lot of cases where people from diaspora come back to Nigeria to get their surgery because of the long wait times. And uh, what that tells you is that's a very huge opportunity that the government can tap into. And if we are serious about that, get somebody, like it's not just enough to say I'm a billionaire, low quality billionaires everywhere. And then when you are sick, you run to London. Sometimes you might not have that 6 hours flight to take you to London before you die when you are critically ill. So why don't you make such investments here? Why don't you try and see how you can bring our healthcare professionals back into the country? We have some of the best in the world, right? And that's what I'm talking about, not isolated cases. You know, it's like the same thing Nigerians do sometimes. Um, Once from time to time, you just hear of a story. Oh, one Nigerian has been admitted into 7, 8, 10 Ivy League university, and then they start showing off. Like that's nothing. A lot of people do it here too, but it's nothing to them. But in Nigeria, it's like one big deal. Are you going to attend 7, 8, 10 universities at the same time? How does that help us? I remember um, last year, the University of Calgary uh, in Canada here produced 48 master's students. They were all Nigerians, all of them, 48 master's graduates. They were all Nigerians. And people were celebrating this, that, and that. Then I asked a simple question. How do those 48 lawyers impact the life of the average Nigerian in Canada? These are the critical issues. So, in fact, when we talk about being educated, it's your ability to think critically and apply your education so that it can reach a lot more people, so that you can impact people's life. That's how you create legacies. That's how you create impact, right? And then you talked about, you said I talked about rare earth metal, and there's a new lithium plant in Nasarawa. One plant will not do it, okay? Um, there are a lot of government officials who are involved in pilfering our rare earth metals, the stuff you use in making stuff for your chips, for your AI, for your phones, everything. We have all those metals. The government is aware that there's a cartel that is into pilfering of those metals and uh, cutting them out of the country. These are not small operations. These are major operations. The government is aware of all that, and we are not getting any benefit from it. So sometimes you wonder how come we never go broke, because the revenue accruing from that is just kind of informal, it's hidden. The government does not talk about it. We've had a couple of ministers of solid mineral resources in the country. One thing you've noticed, immediately they become minister in that department or in that sector, and they retire. You never hear about them again, because they're like the kind of money you make from that is crazy. You know how much 1 kilogram of lithium costs in the international market after processing? It's not taking the lithium and sending it out. No, we need government to have a clear-cut policy on how to process this stuff. Again, for not wanting to sound like a broken record, after all said and done, we still took our time to listen to the UBA call. And our takeaway, I have said this thing like 10 times now. Our takeaway from that call was they were now going to go into mining in Democratic Republic of Congo. Make what you will of that. And if they are going to do that, UBA is not going to go into that financing directly. They are going to use UCAP, right? They are going to use UCAP to do that financing. I've seen a lot of movement in UCAP in the last couple of days and week and all that. But you know what? What UCAP does is general financing. UCAP does general financing. However, we have a company who's going to specialize in critical mining financing. Again, I will leave the story at that, because for those who do not see beyond today, tomorrow they'll go and tell me, oh, this stock has fallen 10%, it's collecting 10%. Like, you're just wasting your time, because I'll just put you in my ignore, I'll just activate my ignore button and put you there. So as much as these things are happening, we want them to happen on a larger scale, not just one or two things. We love the country. As a matter of fact, we love the country more than those people who you think are governing the country, because for them it's just selfish interests. They are not there for anybody. They are there for themselves. We love this country. We bleed Nigeria, and that's why we believe in the country. I've been to a lot of places, and I've seen Nigerians everywhere. And the kind of people we are top people. It's just we've never had a good government, never. Because at the end of the day, when you cannot get excellence, you settle for mediocrity. You look at all the leaders we've had in Nigeria, and probably the one that stands out the most is Obasanjo. That's the one that probably stands out the most. What did he do? Telecommunication. You know, when a politician, modern day politician, said telephone wasn't for the poor people, telephone wasn't for everybody, he focused on that, and that became his biggest achievement. If one can say, okay, my focus is going to be power, there'll be power in Nigeria when I leave, people will remember you for that. If another one comes and say, okay, I'm going to build road networks to make sure that everywhere is linked in the country. I mean, like power, everything revolves around power. Get your power working. Get your power working. And then other sectors will start working, because every other sector depends on power. Your healthcare sector is useless without power. Okay? One more thing before we go. Oh, no, sorry. Um, Nimet did their right issue, and they are raising more money. So there are a lot of implications. People are asking, why are they raising more money again? Well, Until companies decide to come out to tell their stories, they will let other people tell the stories for them. But as an astute investor, as an investor who belongs to this community, we will try and see what could be responsible for this. And I'm tired of hearing, oh, dilution, dilution, dilution. I agree, there'll be dilution, but it's not like they are giving you bonus shares. You are paying for these shares that you are getting, be it right, be it public offer. You are paying for it. So it's just the ability of the company to utilize the proceeds from the proceeds of the money they are raising properly, and then this so-called dilution becomes a thing of the past. So we should watch that space. Something is happening in that company, and this another company people should be watching. It looks like a proper turnaround is coming for them, and that's why they are raising money the way they are raising money. If at the end of the day they decide to say they are going to uh, they decide to say they are going to uh, hand over the company to new shareholder who's probably going to take a majority stake. It's a win-win for existing shareholders because that's going to come at a premium. If you look at Mikio, look at Glaxo, look at Fitzy, they've all had their run. And if you notice, of late, even Emzo, that is not floated, they've been in the news. There have been a couple of policies that are favoring these pharmaceutical companies. So pay attention and watch the space. And any information you're able to garner, you try and share. Like I said, we are not in any kind of competition. Uh, we are all here to help ourselves become financially independent. It's not a competition. It's not to say, oh, this guy knows how to pick stock. Nope. And we can agree to disagree. There's nothing wrong with that. We cannot all be uh, on the same page when it comes to uh, critical analysis of companies. The way you see it might be different from the way I see it, and that should not cause any kind of rancor or any kind of fight. It all depends on the state you are. It depends on what your investment philosophy is. It depends on how long you are ready to wait. At the end of the day, uh, every stock will move at the right time. But you know, there are certain things you see in a company, and they are like red flags, and you begin to ask yourself, uh, the opportunity cost of investing in this company will be the wasted opportunity if you had invested the money in some other company. And I want you guys to do this calculation. If you have like uh 3 million units of a share, and that stock goes to about 350 naira, you're a billionaire in that stock alone. You're a billionaire in that stock. I know somebody was saying, if what I'm saying, if that price happens, that is just calculating. If you stay long enough for another three, for another 5 to 8 years, it would happen. But make sure you get up to like 3 million units of the share. If you want to have 1 billion in one share, it's going to happen. Why we are very confident of that is because we know and we see everything that is happening. At least it's one of those companies where we see what is going on, we see the plan and all that stuff. So even if it doesn't get to like the 350, if they do a split before then, eventually with 3 million units, you are a millionaire. You will be a millionaire. So a billionaire, sorry, by Nigerian standards. So you have to be positive. second quarter results are going to be okay. Nothing has changed. Our banks are stronger. Our companies are stronger. Uh, our economic space is much stronger. Let's just make sure that we don't allow our dirty politics affect our our economic space. And if we're able to get that right, nobody is wishing Nigeria doom and gloom. We are just wishing that people just do what they are supposed to do. Don't interfere unnecessarily with what is not your business. Don't strangle people. Don't make life difficult for people. Don't make insensitive statements like when you were opposition, you suffered, so you are going to punish people. Don't tell people to go and start Akara as small medium enterprise. You know, there are better ways to say things. Don't tell people you gave 2 billion, 3. It's not your money. That's not your money. That's Nigeria's money. So those are the things we are talking about when we talk about politics. And once we're able to fix those things right, I think we will do well as a nation. We will do well. There's so much potential that Nigeria has gotten that we've not achieved even a tenth of it. So that's what I mean. So I just needed to clear that out. We are the biggest believer in Nigeria. We are. And if you notice now, all indication is pointing to the frontier market, and that's why FTS is coming back. And let's just put our books right. The major one, I've been saying it, is the Morgan Stanley Composite Index. If they come into Nigeria, all the prices you are seeing today will double, if not triple. Some with 10 times once MSCI comes into Nigeria. So those are the things we should be working towards. And thank you guys once again. And please make sure you follow this channel, subscribe, share, and drop your comments, and we'll try our best to provide the answers and solutions. Thank you.
All right. Thank you everyone for joining. I think some of these streams saved. I'm not sure yet till I end the stream. So if it's still on YouTube, hopefully that would be nice. If it's not there, till next time. In any case, the discussion continues tomorrow. Would give a heads up. We do Twitter lives literally almost every Sunday now. Sunday evenings, anytime 6, 7, 8. But would if you're not in the community, if you're not for leader in the community, you're not following on social media, I would say you're missing out because Telegram, WhatsApp, Twitter, we're everywhere, literally everywhere, even on Rumble. So if you follow Rumble, we also share video content on Rumble. So thank you all for joining. Spending, I say about 62 people. I'm sure many of them have been with us for the last 2.5 hours. So thank you for doing so. And have a lovely rest of the weekend.